Lost. Lives Lost with Chin Up Kid. That's a brand new song from them. Welcome to Keep Me Alive. I have a great show tonight. American Theory from Charlotte is with me tonight. Welcome, guys. It's nice to have you.
Thanks for having
Thank you. Thanks
us.
for having us.
Plus, Harmon's back. Harmon, welcome back, man.
Good to be
Welcome back,
back.
Harmon.
Thank
Harmon
you.
is in a
Thank
new
you.
space, and he looks fresh. Well, you kind of look the same. You know, still bulky and things like that, but
Yeah.
you look good. You look good, Harmon.
Thank you.
How do I look? Careful.
Good.
Careful. Careful.
Okay.
We already have chatters. This is great. We already have chatters. I think, let's see, I X'd out, I think. Carla Falcone is in there. She just gives
Oh.
the horns and the heart.
Hey, dude, that's my mom.
Oh, yes, we got moms. Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mom.
Told you, I posted on my personal. I'm gonna
Nice.
get all my fam in there.
I'm sure my mom and dad are watching too. They try to watch every show. So this will be fun. This will be a good show. So you guys are from Charlotte, and we were just kind of talking about that a little bit. I was just down in Charlotte at Milestone about a month ago. I was touring with the band, doing some behind the scenes filming and stuff. So I got to go back to Milestone for a little bit. But I don't know too much about you guys. I want you to tell the viewers how you became American theorists. That's what I want to. How did this happen? This is because it's really good stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I guess we were talking about it yesterday, actually. We started in like 2015. We kind of were all buddies from high school. We started jamming together. And me and Nick, one of our guitar players, had talked about having a band for a while. So we kind of started a little project. Nick introduced me to Eric, who joined the project. Eric introduced us to Mike, our other guitar player, who joined later. And then I guess we kind of knew John all like as mutual friends, but every new member kind of added the next member into the band. So it was really cool, like chain of friends. And so we've been playing together, practicing and stuff since 2015. But our first release, our first show was in 2018. Yeah, we all went to college kind of in separate areas. And so during the COVID era, we were all like a few hours apart. And so we tried our best to just stay productive and stay as active as we could. And now luckily we're all back in Charlotte again. So we're definitely hustling and trying to build some momentum.
I think the momentum's there, obviously, because I mean, like I saw the bill for what is December 7th is the show, right?
Yeah.
Down in Gastonia, which is right outside of Charlotte. And Sunbreak, they had been on the show. I didn't look it up. I should have looked it up. I'm pretty sure it was last year. And the Rooster, which is where the venue that they're playing, in Gastonia, they put like a festival on in the street or something like that. And Sunbreak was going to play, and I was supposed to go down there, and something came up, and I couldn't make it down. So I saw them post this show, and I was like, I've got to go. I mean, I missed the last one. I talked to Shallow Signals, and so I'm going to talk to them there. We're going to plan something at that show. But then I was like, American Theory. That sounds familiar, but who are these guys? So I looked it up and I listened to it. I was like, this is good. And then I hit you up and here we are. So now I can't not go to the show at this point. I'm stuck, and I still don't have a ticket. So hopefully they'll hold me one. I think
Now we'll make sure you get in.
I'm not a cute guy. I'm here for everybody.
Yeah,
I'm here to see everybody. Harmon, you should go with me.
I should, but I can't.
Harmon's so busy with weightlifting and his
and looking
music, but
fresh.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Wait, where are you guys based out of?
I'm in West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay.
I have quite a trek to come to the show, but it's fine. It's not a bad trek. It's about
Well,
4 hours.
hopefully we'll make it worthwhile.
I think you will.
hang out or
Like I said, the music's excellent, and I'll travel very far to see music. Regardless of what style. Now, country, I might not drive very far for because I don't really get into it. I've had some country on the show. I'm probably not going to come and watch you play. I just don't like it. I don't have a cowboy hat anymore. I used to. I don't have any cowboy boots. I don't know how I'm supposed to dress. I can't dress. I can't have a mohawk. Maybe I could, but I don't know how. I wouldn't fit in. I wouldn't. I just want to fit in. Okay, how did you come up with the name American Theory? Because that's a really good name, and it seems complex. Like it seems like you really thought about this. Maybe I don't
No,
know.
actually, it's very
Or
simple.
maybe the
We
AI
had
came up with it.
we were in high school when we came up with it, and we had like some filler names. And what's crazy is that we had a podcast yesterday recorded, and they asked us the same thing, and we're like, "Oh man, this is always the most embarrassing question." And I think it's because Devin came up with it when he was in history class.
Nice.
We had a worse name before then, so we're like, "All right, we'll do this."
What
And
was the worst
now we're
name?
in too deep.
Yeah,
Oh, the worst name.
the worst name was Ask and Remember. And so
Yeah, that's kind of.
little
Yeah.
extra edgy. And so once we came up with this, we're like, all right, we'll roll with this for now until we can think of something better. And then we started playing shows and had music out, and we're like,
Yeah.
well,
And now like 6 years later, we're like,
I
well,
think. I mean, it's
too late.
good. It's a good name. You know. I
Yeah,
mean,
people say
you would.
they do like the name, and I think we've kind of tried to build meaning from it, or people like think that there's a meaning towards it, and they'll be like, "Oh, is this
There's
what it
really
means?" And
nothing.
we're like, "Yeah, yeah, if that's what it means to you, yeah, we'll accept that." So
I had a band on from oh gosh, from Nebraska. Was that? Am I right? So I had an Iowa and Nebraska in the same week. I think it was Nebraska. Public Figure, and they started out as Finding Friends. I was like, yeah, I'm so glad you didn't stick with Finding Friends. You know, it just sounds. It's like Harmon coming up with what's your band name called? Finding Friends. You know.
Yeah.
It just
Wouldn't fit very well.
doesn't fit. Yeah. So I was like, Public Figure fits pretty good. You know, it's kind of like American Theory. American Theory, Public Figure. That'd be a good bill. American Theory,
yeah,
Public
yeah,
Figure.
it would look good. I think.
Let's see, I don't know, something else. Government Mule.
Oh,
You ever heard of them? Government Mule. Yeah.
I don't think so, but that's a sick
No,
name too.
I think they're like a jam band. Have you ever heard of them, Harmon?
Mm-mm.
Government Mule.
Nah.
Huh. Well, maybe they're not as big as I thought they were. Just in certain circles, right?
Yeah.
Let me make sure there's okay. There's nobody chatting. So chat, Carla. Carla, get back into it. You were doing good. You're doing good. So
Come on, mom.
now,
Shout out,
now,
mom.
now you should.
I don't know if you're still there, but
As Eric's mother, you should know a lot of funny stories from his childhood that we could bring up on the show.
yeah, maybe they could put some pictures up or something.
Something embarrassing would be good. Some
Yeah,
what a
yeah.
prom picture or something like that. You know? Something from high school. I don't know. Okay, so what? How about this? How about this? I usually don't do this early, but I'm going to make an exception. I want to go ahead and play one of your songs because I feel I need. Well, Harmon, you heard a little bit of it, right? And
Yeah.
I've been listening to it since I found you. So it's good stuff. And a couple of my friends, I had a couple of friends over last night, and I was like, "You guys heard American Theory?" Like, yeah, we got it on our phones already. I'm like, so I didn't even have to tell them much about anything. So they should be watching actually, but they already had it on their Apple Music. So I was like, okay, this could be a good guest. Could be a good guest, guys. But okay, so you guys chose "Love You to Life" and "Drowning." In no particular order did I put that in there, but I kind of want to hear "Drowning" first, if that's okay. Is that all
Yeah.
right with you guys?
Of course, yeah.
Is it about? Is it something about like keeping your head above water? Is that what the song's about? Or is it not?
In a way,
Or is it the
yeah.
complete opposite.
Kind of. Well, yeah. I guess in a way, metaphorically, I guess, use kind of water as the metaphor, but yeah, it could.
What is it about? If you want to tell us before we listen to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it can be interpreted in different ways, but we kind of made it more about the first line is like I took a dip in the ocean, which is basically like a metaphor for like, hey, I had one beer. Where's the night gonna take me now?
True.
And I think that changes with different people, and then that's just going from a dip into the ocean, which is a little innocent, into drowning, which is the title of the song. So you can
Nice.
like get thrown into a loop. Uh, Maybe it's a little bit about vices, addiction. I think in the way we present it, it's a little more alcohol based, but I think it can be about anything that you kind of cope with, and something that's fairly not a bad thing could turn into a bad thing,
Yeah.
essentially.
we try to keep, I think, the metaphor more vague so that you couldn't make it specifically about alcoholism or specifically about drug abuse, so that depending on who's listening to it, they can derive their own meaning from it. But it's less about the specific addiction, I guess, and more just the fact of being caught up in something that you can't get out of no matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
That discussion comes up a lot. I won't say too much about it, but I mean you nailed it right on the head. You know, we were talking about it Friday actually. You know, there's so many bands that are doing this now, and I believe it's got to be helping people that are going through any kind of mental illness, or going through anything. Harmon, do you still work in that field as a therapist?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he knows firsthand. Yeah.
Yeah, my main field right now is specializing in addiction. So a drug and alcohol therapist is my full-time job. So, and then I work obviously with mental health too. So it's definitely something that needs brought to light, I would say, in today's world, with all the synthetic drugs, not the man-made stuff as well, and then all the mental health. So the more vocal people are, the more aware they are that they can talk about things and trying to get stuff out there. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it really helps the young kids too, because they like this style of music. Or not even really the young kids. I'm an old man, sort of, but I'm not as young as I used to be, if that makes any sense. But I'm not going to tell you how old I am, 44. But so, but no, like I think it really helps the kids because they get into this style of music, and then when they start to really dive into it, they read the lyrics and they're like, oh man, this really helps me. I guess that's what we hope to happen, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, here is Drowning by American Theory. Now this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Check it out.
It's pulling me down, it's pulling me under. I'm drowning alone in my demons. I stare at the stars, I stay like it ain't good. I'm drowning alone in my demons. Suffering crumbs through empty bottles. Life is painful, so I am doomed to repeat the cycle. Come save me, I can't save myself. Come save me, pull me out of this. It's pulling me down, it's pulling me under. I'm drowning alone in my demons. I stare at the stars, I stay like it ain't good. I'm drowning alone in my demons. Will you save me when I'm spinning in circles? Will you save me when I'm in the ocean floor? Don't save me, just let me drown. It's pulling me down, it's pulling me under. I'm drowning alone in my demons. I stare at the stars, I stay like it ain't good. I'm drowning alone, I'm drowning alone, I'm drowning alone with my demons. Suffering crumbs through empty bottles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's yeah. Harmon, I'm gonna give the floor to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a good song. I was just listening to it actually probably an hour ago, just jamming to it. And it's kind of ironic that I didn't really know what it was about, obviously. And then there was like an instant connection. So it's probably because of it's kind of what I do, you know what I mean? Obviously I love music too. So but what do you guys I guess who's your inspirations? I guess that's kind of like the main question I like to ask everybody that I'm on, like not who influenced you for the songs, but like growing up, like what were you listening to? You know, that kind of got you to this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's evolved over time. I think we all had different influences, but the reason we're in the band is because we shared a lot of those same influences. And, you know, as we got older, because I mean, we listened to stuff in high school together, but then we kind of developed our taste and it kind of continues to evolve. So those artists seem to change. So then now the stuff that we're writing is influenced by artists that we didn't really know about or weren't really trying to, you know, gain inspiration from. But I would say like early on, for us it would be like what Bring Me the Horizon, Underoath.
Yeah, so Bring Me,
Um,
Under Oath, and then Thrice,
Yeah.
even like Thrice and Circus Survive,
Mhm.
some of the more old school.
Yeah, so like early or mid 2000s post hardcore and even metalcore, anything with some chugs in it and a little singy and screamy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear a little bit. Okay, see, I don't know if Harmon knows of this band, but or if you guys even know, because they kind of fell off the map for a while. But I used to be a really big fan of them. Story of the Year. It gives me that
Yeah.
vibe for some reason, a little bit, just a little bit. They were a little bit more punky, kind of poppy kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
they had some scream in there too, and that it kind of just a little bit. Just I don't like Harmon knows I don't like comparing
Yeah.
bands at all. Like I
No,
usually
I
leave that
know.
up
I
to
like,
him.
yeah, I like Story of the Year. I mean, it's from the same generation of music, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's
Yeah.
it would fit in that category. You know.
yeah,
So what about what's on your playlist now? So that was your
yeah.
early on slash you know early generation stuff, but like current, like what are you listening to?
Right now, what like Thornhill, Northland, all the Australian bands, honestly.
Yeah.
Still Bring Me the Horizon, still Underoath. I mean, we still listen to a lot of those early influences as well. I mean, I think they've been releasing some cool new stuff as well. So it's kind of cool to see them evolve and how that can kind of shape our influence as well. I would say those kind of artists, or even like a lot of the modern metal baddie core. I mean, I love that. I love that like
Screw
Nirvana.
Jobs.
You say
Yeah,
baddie core? What's baddie core?
baddie core. Yeah, yeah. It's like how would you describe baddie core? It's like
So many genres.
it's like the new metalcore that's a little more gazy, a little more
Okay.
sexy.
All right, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that describes me perfectly.
Yeah. So something that you could play in the background and you know you could be in the mood to, you know, be intimate, but it's
Yeah.
still metal.
Okay, when you guys write together, when you have a new idea for a song, who comes up with the first thing, or is it kind of a thing when you guys are all together and practicing? Does it just come out of a jam? How does that process go?
It's definitely every song. I think the idea comes from somebody different. So like Drowning started out, Eric just wrote drums for it. Because we had the idea that Eric was going to do a song where the screams were the main thing throughout the song. So he was going to be the front man for this song.
Okay.
And so he was like, I'm going to write some drums. So he and John wrote some drums together. And then we sat down. I think Mike came up with the main like verse guitar riff. And then I added a chorus to it. And so every part of that song was kind of somebody else's idea. Sometimes it's people writing, like John will write guitar riffs, even though John's not the guitar player of the band, but he'll write something that becomes the main part of the song, or Eric will come up with a chorus line or something like that.
Since
So
we're talking about other people, that's in the band, go ahead and tell us who plays what in the band and what you guys do in the band also. I forgot to do that at the beginning. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So Devin does vocals. He's our main front man. I play drums mainly, but sometimes we switch around and then I go to vocals and then John, he's not here. He's our bass player, but then switches to drums whenever I go as front man.
This is confusing.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah. So the main lineup I would say is probably John playing bass, Nick and Mike, who are not here either, they play guitar. So between me, Devin, and John, we just switch around on certain songs. And we only do that for Drowning as of right now, maybe a cover. But even the stuff we're writing right now, some songs I'm like, oh, I kind of want to be front man on this because it's a little more vocal heavy, or I don't want to play the drums. I'm gonna get John, who's a better drum player than me, to play these.
That's awesome. Yeah, like the band I play in, we kind of have Rob and I could both play drums, but Rob plays guitar and I sing. So neither of us are doing that, but we had that idea because we're still searching for a drummer gosh, still to this day. I recruited Harmon. Of course, he lives too far away to be able to to do it. But yeah, so I can see we had that idea, and I was like, I don't know about that though, because I mean, how do you? But I guess it could work. You guys made it work, you know. Sure, you
Yeah,
make
I
it
mean, I
work.
think it keeps I mean, ever since we started doing it, we kind of did it just to mess around. We did it for like a cover at first. It was an Underoath cover actually.
Nice.
And from
Which
there we
song?
like
Which song was it?
what
Boy
song?
Brush,
A
Boy
Boy
Brush
Brush
Red.
Red. Yeah, yeah, Boy Brush Red.
Nice.
And we did that, and then people actually really liked it. It kind of kept it more dynamic. I
Yeah.
think people look forward to that part of the show. They're like, oh wow, like they're doing a little switcheroo. Like that's so
And plus,
cool.
it doesn't make one guy like the leader because he's the front man, you know.
Exactly. And I
I
think it
think
kind
a
of
lot of people.
describes, our band, like, and how we write and collaborate. Like, John, I met him on the drum line in high school, and then he didn't
Nice.
join the band till
I
later,
was a band guy
like
too.
after, yeah. But he writes a lot of stuff on guitar for us, but then he also plays bass for us, and then he also knows how to play drums and will help me write drums. So I think it kind of just also showcases that, like, hey, like, even though have like a main instrument that we play for the band, and we can be dynamic with it, and like if we want to play something, we'll switch instruments just to have fun. And I think
Yeah.
people enjoy that and kind of
Harmon kind of does that, but he does it because he has to, right, Harmon?
Yeah.
Harmon plays a lot
Yeah.
of instruments in his band.
Yeah, I do everything. I mean, I don't record the bass, but I write bass lines and play as well. But yeah, guitar, drums, vocals, mix, edit,
It's all him.
So
wow.
yeah, so I can't really. So that's kind of why, like, I was, was interested, because it's nice that you guys have like a camaraderie of where like nobody's, that you can bring something to the table and it's not like shoved to the background. You know what I mean? Where you guys are all kind of made like felt important or listened to. You know what I mean? So like I think the way you guys interact with changing instruments is great because I know the bands and stuff that I played in, local or whatever. There's always like this. It's my idea. You got to listen to this, and nobody wants to change or compromise. Hence why I do everything myself. I just got tired of the BS. I'm like, you know what? It's just easier just for me to write everything. I mean, it's not easier because, like I said, because you have to come up with this part, and then to play it, I have to record it on like a video, and then I'm playing the guitar to the recorded drum track, and then I'm editing and changing stuff back and forth. And so the stuff that I write and I put out, I'm like, man, I could have did this, this, and this. So stuff's not really finalized. Like if I'd ever get to like a legit studio with a producer or somebody to work with, obviously the songs can be altered and updated, but I can only do what I can do. So it's interesting to hear you guys' take on it because I think that like that's probably why you guys have been together for over 10 years, and it seems like it's just like a stronger bond. I
Harmon,
think it's really rare.
do you mind if I play a little bit of Forever so they can hear what you sound like?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let
I
me,
want to hear
You
it.
guys care? Okay.
yeah.
It's a little bit of Forever. This is a great song.
If the people we love are stolen from us, the way to have them live on is to never stop loving them. Buildings burn, people die, but real love is forever.
There's a little bit of Harmon.
Oh yeah, that's sick. Dude, I'd love to hear that
Thank
live.
you.
I feel like I would just be grooving.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's good
Well,
stuff.
hey, look, if you want to hear it live, I'm going to recruit you guys. Because I don't have a band technically. I have a bass player and me. So like, and I would do the front. So if anybody wants to chime in, and
Yeah, if you need
that'd
some
be
help,
sick to
yeah.
be able to
I'll
play
do it,
it.
Harmon. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of our goals, I guess, for 2025 is to find people to play. Like I said, whether it's like just people that want to play, not really band stuff, but just would want to perform. It would be awesome. So, but thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I should have chose one of them for the intro or outro, but I don't know. I never think of that until you tell me, Harmon. I can't. I just don't think of it. I have so much going on. I'm so bit. I'm really not that busy, but
Next time.
yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving next week? I can't believe we're already getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving or whatever we do on Thanksgiving. Eat. What do you guys eat a lot? Do you get together as a band and have a hangout, or you just mainly just go to family and stuff like that? What do you guys do?
Usually family, but I didn't even think about that. We should have a Friendsgiving, man.
Yes,
You
John.
should have a Friendsgiving, yes. Of
John
course.
make us a feast.
Oh yeah, yeah. John, who's also talented in multiple instruments, is a fantastic chef.
Nice.
So
I'll keep that in
yeah.
mind when I come down.
Yeah,
Take care of you.
yeah. We had a hangout one time where he was making a carne asada, and we were just hanging out and canoeing. It's a nice off day.
I usually do for holidays. I usually do like almost like a two band banger kind of deal. Like I did it in like a spring, like in the spring a couple years ago, but I wanted to do that again this year around Thanksgiving because I usually just do a special show of something, but it didn't really work out. The two bands I had in mind, basically it's just two bands that don't know each other and they come on the same show and we just bullshit basically for a while. And it just didn't work out like that this year. So I didn't even plan this to happen, but I'm doing the most un-American Thanksgiving week celebration probably of ever. Like it's the most un-American thing because the two bands I have on are not from America. So like Thursday means nothing to them. Like I'm taking Thursday off, yes, but like Wednesday, the band that I have on is Polyphosia from China, and this will be their second time on. So they'll be on at 8:30 on Wednesday, and then Friday, Berlin, Germany, Flanger will be on, and Tom, which Harmon knows, Tom from London, which he co-hosts with me sometimes. He'll be on co-hosting with me for that show. So the most un-American Thanksgiving will be happening this week. So I'm excited for that. Harmon, what are you gonna do? Eat for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, with family. That's all. Probably
do
play some
you
music
cook?
and
Do
write.
Do you cook at all? I know you.
No.
I know you cook, but a little bit. I don't
Breakfast
even
is
think
my
you made the
specialty.
steak.
That's it.
You didn't make the steak though when I was at your house. It was good steak. I don't think you made it though, did you? I can't remember.
No, that wasn't me. That was Megan doing that.
That was about Halloween. It was around Halloween or something, wasn't it? When I came
Yeah,
out?
we were supposed to. We did a Halloween show, and then like the feed got all jacked up, and
Yeah,
couldn't use it.
that was my fault. This guy. I can't remember. I do remember what happened now. Yeah, but yeah, I don't have that crappy equipment anymore. It's state of the art stuff now. You know. Why is it so quiet in here? Oh, that's a cool screen name. Dan the Evan. Dan the Evan talking about your music, Harmon said, "So cool, so epic, so awesome."
I think
That's
that's
a
my
lot
shirt.
Thank
in
you.
one
Daniel.
sentence. Yeah.
I believe if it, I recognize that profile picture. So
Dan the Evan.
Daniel.
You know this person? Okay.
Yeah. Shout out Daniel.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
and there's Eric Barrera. There's an Eric Barrera in the chat that says, "I love you guys." Oh,
that's
Eric.
me. Yeah, we're showing the love.
I do have to say, hit the subscribe button. I've been teetering on hitting the 600 mark for like 2 months now, and it's driving me crazy. I really want to get to 1,000. That's the main goal. You know, get to 1,000 subscribers. You get like something from YouTube, like a couple dollars, I think they give you. But like, it's just that, it's just like when I got to 1,000 followers on Instagram, it was exciting. I'm like, that many people want to follow this, whatever this is. Like it's crazy to me. So hit the like button. Hit the like button for the show because the algorithm works weird on YouTube. It'll probably similar to most platforms. If you like something, it'll start showing you more and more things like this, and which I don't know. I don't run it. I don't know, but it just really helps with analytics all around. It helps you guys. It helps Harmon. It helps me. Helps everybody. And then hit subscribe if you want to watch some more of this crap. It'll get better. Trust me. I've done this for almost 5 years now. It should get better at some point, right? You would think. I don't know. Okay, but I do have that new segment off stage. We could do that now. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah,
Let's
I'm kind of nervous, but yeah,
Don't
you got for us?
be nervous. Don't be nervous. Okay, so I have some stuff in the works, and I kind of want to throw it out to you guys too. I don't want to, and also you, Harmon. I need a jingle for this segment, like something leading into it. Because when I did the Wiener segment, of course, it was my dad that sang the Weenie Man song, which was epic. I wish I had it still. I could play it for you. But I had that, so I need something leading into this segment for off stage. So if you want to come up with something, I will play it for the entire time that I do this segment. It'll be on every show, and I'll mention you on every show. But basically, what this I wanted to do something where it's just like totally off the wall, where it's not really, I'm not really asking you about the band, not really asking about your music, but it kind of there's a little bit of music in it, like music questions in it, but not anything that has to do with what you do in the band. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. They're just off the wall questions, really. So let's see here. Let me find you a good one. Let me find you a good one here. Okay, we were talking about food. Okay. If you could, and this is individually. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, but it had to be something really weird, like a shoe or something, what would you choose, and why? Awkward.
It can't be
Crickets happening in the background, right?
So it can't be edible, essentially.
It doesn't have to be. No, like if it's just got to be something. Something. I don't know. I don't really make the rules for this. It's just maybe I should come up with the rules. But yeah, it just has to be weird. Like I guess it could be a food, but it has to be like a weird food. I guess some people eat those cicada things, so it could be that. But like it was like a cloud, or a shoe, or like a fingernail. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be, basically, and why? Why would you want to eat that the rest of your life? I'm just waiting for somebody to say like dick,
Somebody has
Harmon, you're included in this
I
segment
think
also, so you're allowed to
just
answer
turned
also.
into the wiener segment again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't make the rules, so But all right,
Well, I'm
Harmony.
gonna pick
Yeah.
because I'm kind of confused. So I like the candy circus peanuts, the little
there's orange
they're
things?
orange.
Oh,
Everybody says they're
God.
fucking gross.
They are gross.
And I don't mind eating them. So if I had to eat something that was weird for the rest
The rest
of
of
my
your
life,
life?
I mean, if I had to pick that, I mean, obviously I'd want pizza or steak, but you said it can't be something
Yeah,
that's
it
good
can't
or
be
edible.
something-
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say the circus peanuts
circus. God, that's
because everybody.
oh.
See, you don't like it anyway, so
I mean, like I don't mind. I will eat one or two of them, but not for the rest of my life. It's just I don't
I
know.
don't know. I feel like I already eat like some weird stuff sometimes.
Okay.
But I think maybe this is weird. I don't know, but like I could eat just like plain rice, like just plain. You don't
Just
even
white
have-
rice?
Just white rice, and I can eat that for the rest of my life.
Like with no salt and pepper or anything.
Maybe a little bit of salt at least.
What if there wasn't any salt available though?
Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll eat without salt. I'll,
Well, you would stay kind of healthy, I guess, or something.
relatively, I just need probably sodium somewhere.
Yeah. That would work.
Yeah, but yeah, just no sauce, nothing, just rice. I love
So you like rice, basically, is what
I do
you're
like
saying.
rice, yeah.
Yeah. I
know
ate a lot
it's-
of that minute, or not. It's not really not minute rice because it comes in a packet and you just break it up and put it in the microwave for like 90 seconds and it's done. Great side dish. Try that
Yeah.
sometime. I think it's Uncle Ben's. He's my homie.
What about you, Devin? You got
How about you, Devin? What do you think? Do you have something off the wall?
So I guess not really all that off the wall, but I do this already. The sprinkled cheese, like the Mexican 4 cheese, like the little sprinkles, the shredded. I'll sometimes, if I'm hungry late at night and I don't feel like making a full meal and I need something that's salty, I'll just handful out of the bag and just
Oh, that's
eat a
hilarious.
bunch. And, definitely not healthy for you. But if
Well,
that's
I mean, it can't be not. It's got milk and stuff in it, so it's
That's
calcium, right?
yeah.
What are they needing? Rice.
Yeah.
Rice doesn't really have much nutritional
But if you
value.
guys were like stuck on an island together and there was rice and cheese, then you'd be good.
That would be a great.
That would be a great combo.
Sprinkle some
you know, if you're
circus,
stuck on
chopped
an
up circus peanuts on top of it, and
Yeah. Well, dessert, yeah.
You know what? For me, and I know it's not. We're not supposed to be picking food and stuff like real food, but salad. I'm a rabbit. Everybody calls me a rabbit because I just eat salad a lot. I like salad. I don't know what it is. You know.
That's good.
I
I'm
like
trying.
salad.
I'm trying to be more like that.
Well, I mean, it's hit and miss. Okay. Okay. This is good because you talked about a lot about like your musical abilities and growing up together and with music and stuff. So this is gonna take that away. We're gonna take that away. Imagine you're putting on a talent show. Okay, we'll say at the Rooster, since you're getting ready to play the Rooster. They're having a talent night and they're having a talent show, and you're forced to be there But you're not allowed to showcase any of your musical abilities. You can't do anything that has to do with music. What do you choose for your talent? Do you have any hidden talents? I had a guy that could put his eyelids inside out. That was kind of cool. Anything like that? What would you reveal to everyone at the Rooster, since you can't play your instruments or even do anything musically?
John's would definitely be cooking.
He would just
That's
cook
not,
for a piece.
not really hidden, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
John would cook. Nick would build a car because Nick likes to,
Just bring a bunch of pieces to the stage and just have him
Yeah.
assemble it.
and just put it together. Yeah,
Oh,
you
That's
could do
awesome.
that. Mine would be, I've got, so I'm a big Yankees fan. The Yankees lost the World Series this year, and I
Yes,
was
they did.
devastated. So to cope, I went and memorized all the World Series winners over the years.
Are you serious?
And then after that, because I was still upset, I went and did the MVP winners for all the years, and then the Cy Young, the best pitcher of the league, and memorized
Who won the World Series in 1957?
1957. Let's
I
see.
mean, I don't know. I'm just asking to see if you know it.
This would be the Milwaukee Braves.
Okay, I'll look it up later.
It's the
Okay.
most impressive thing I've ever seen. I didn't know that he could do it. He literally had a list and then he gave us the phone. He was like, I think he's just good with patterns and like repetition. So he just like kind of groups it. And I've
See,
never
when I
seen.
was growing up, it was index cards. Your mom holds like an index card.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Remember those things?
That was the Notes app, apparently.
Yeah, the Notes app.
The Notes app. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's up, Buttercup? Sorry, I had a visitor. It's not Murphy this time. What do you think, Eric? What
Yeah, what's your-
what
Oh,
kind
man,
of talent do you have?
I don't put much time into anything else besides this. I would say I used to be big into skateboarding. I wouldn't say that's a huge talent, but I can maybe get away with a couple of tricks on a little open mic.
Yeah.
Probably
So
golf,
do
but-
you have any do you know of any like you said tricks, right? So like card tricks or anything? Do you know anything like that?
I mean, nothing crazy, mostly flat ground because I was scared of doing stairs and big ramps. So
Ah, yeah.
it'd be like, kick flip, heel flip, tray flip,
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of flat ground stuff,
Can you do like the longboard thing? Like
I
you see
never
those
did
longboards?
longboarding, but it seemed cool. A different kind of scary because you got to bomb hills, and I never like
Yeah.
doing that either because I've had bad experiences with that. So
Is
I've
there
gotten
still
more
is
scared
there
over
still a
time.
skating scene around? Is there still one of those is there one in
Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yeah, there's definitely one in Charlotte. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a skate shop probably about like
Do they have the parks where they
5
have
minutes down.
the half pipes and stuff? Can you do that stuff?
The only problem with Charlotte is that with the amount of skaters, they don't even have that many parks. So every park that gets built gets torn down or gets
What?
bankrupt or whatever.
There needs to be like
Or-
a protest where you stand in front of it with your boards and you're like, listen, you're not taking the last one. You're not taking this one.
Yeah, because a lot of them are like
Make a
DIY.
stand. you know?
Yeah, they're
I'll
like
come down
DIY
there.
spots. So like they'll just like, the city will, be like, hey, you got a skate park, that's cool, but we're gonna like, build a brewery here, so too bad.
They don't need another brewery. That's
Oh, yeah.
shit sucks anyway. That craft beer is terrible. Nobody wants any of that
Exactly.
crap.
Yeah, I would much rather skate. Or they could just, build a brewery with a skate park and then everybody will be
Yeah.
happy.
You're
Entrepreneur
killing,
life,
yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody. How about you, Harmon?
Talent?
Yeah, talent.
So
you
you're
got any
asking-
talent besides music?
Well,
I'm
well, I
gonna show you
did
mine here in a
power-
second, but go ahead.
Well, I did powerlifting, so I mean, I guess I could go up there and
That's
lift.
not a talent.
uh,
That's just something you do, I guess, isn't it?
Either that or stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
I would
Oh,
go
wait.
up and like my type of comedy is a little darker than probably what's allowed on stuff anymore.
No,
So-
no. I think Eric's mom will be okay with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear a set.
I don't have a set. I'm just saying, like, mine's more like improv, and I rip on people and family and
Go ahead and roast
sometimes
me.
it's
Go ahead and
not-
roast me, Harmon. Roast
You're a
me.
good roaster, yeah.
That's not, like I said, my talent isn't on the spot talent. No,
We'll go
see,
over
so
Rex
everybody's
sometime.
laughing. Yeah.
I've had
Um,
I've had an illusionist on the show. 4 times now? 3 or 4 times, and a really good friend of mine, Dave, and he didn't teach me this trick, but I showed it to him the very first time he was on, and then he did it, and it was way better than me. So the last time that he was on, I had him do it first, and he did it, and it was still way better. But then I did it, and it was really good. And I've done it since, I've done it for other people. So I'm going to try it again, and hopefully I don't bomb it. Okay, so check this out. Right now, this is kind of a hidden talent, but it's not really because it's kind of shitty. But you see that, right? It's just basically like a silk or something stupid like that, right? Watch here. I gotta move this crap out of the way. Here, hang on a second.
Okay, we'll put that right there.
All right. So get this. Do this here. Do this here. Actually, I got this trick in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
It's kind of near you guys, I guess. Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. Played there for the first time this summer.
It's I hear it's kind of junky nowadays, but
Yeah, I
What's-
mean, we weren't
what's
by
not
the beach. We don't have time for that, but
can't get the.
prefer other beaches.
Thing is
No
so-
offense to the people of Myrtle Beach.
I'm still dealing with it here. Hang on. Okay. It's got like phrase and stuff on it. Okay. It's well used. All right, ready? I dropped it. See, I fucked it up again.
Hey, I didn't see it. The
Fucked it
camera
up
didn't
again.
catch it. Don't worry.
No, I need to work. I will work on it the entire show here, and I will do it again before we quit. Anyway.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Here, wait a minute. I got a thing here. I need to work on these things. Which one is it? It's this one. This one here.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that. Yeah. So the Harmon knows this. So the last mixer that I was using only had space for 2 samples. I could only do 2 samples the entire show, and I think it was applause and then the Wiener Man thing that my dad sang. So this new mixer that I use, it has 36 different spaces for samples, and they're all just the ones that come on it, like this one. Just things like that, just dumb ones. So I need to fill it up with something leading into this offstage segment. So if you got any ideas. Okay, let's do one more. What do you think? One more
Let's do
question.
it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do one of the new ones maybe. Okay, this one's about the band. So you have to speak for the other guys also.
Mhm.
And we did this on Friday night also. Okay,
Yeah, they love
so
that.
if you guys were to go on tour like across the country in just like a beat up van, just an old van, or I don't know why it has to be beat up, but I guess it is. But you're going across the country and you're on tour. You're gonna have to pick roles for who is what. So who would be the driver? Who would be the DJ? Who would be the most likely to get lost, and who would cause the most trouble?
Wait, so driver, DJ,
Um,
DJ, who's gonna get lost?
who would get lost? And I don't know what that pertains. Like I don't know whether they're getting lost away from the band or just get you lost. Or
I think we already have these roles, which is the crazy thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think I could be the driver because I've been in 5 car accidents, all of which when I was behind the wheel. So I shouldn't
well,
be.
that was cars. This is a van, so you can start over.
True. That's true. Yeah.
little clean slate.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely be Nick.
Yeah.
Because whenever Nick is the driver, he's the car guy. So if anything goes wrong, he's also the mechanic.
That's helpful.
What was the other one?
So,
The DJ?
DJ.
Usually it's Mike.
yeah, Mike
our
likes to be
guitar
the
player.
DJ.
Mhm.
Now, what kind of music would Mike be playing?
Mainly hip hop
Yeah.
and metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he'll either do something like modern metalcore or he'll play Suicide Boys. We listened to Kendrick Lamar a lot in the last.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Kendrick, just the one. It's not even his song. It's
Oh no, it's
features
Baby
on
King's
Baby
song.
King's
Yeah,
song.
Range Brothers. That was
Yeah.
the song of the tour where we like kept on playing on repeat. We also listen to a lot of local bands. So like if we're also like going to a city and like there's a band that we're playing with and we haven't really checked them out, like we'll like give them a listen before the show.
Yeah.
Or just like local bands that we have on repeat,
Yeah.
But I'd say he usually knows how to do a palate cleanser. He'd be like, we're listening to a lot of metal on this tour. Let's play some hip hop. Let's play some country or something, some folk,
Which who would cause the most trouble? Like I guess not conflict, but like who would just be like I don't know, like the free spirit, just doing whatever they want the whole time, and you guys are really annoyed about it. Who would
Probably either me or our backup bass player because he sometimes tours with us, Abe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
guy.
probably either of us.
After that one show, where was it? Richmond, I think. The Richmond show, and y'all went out for the walk
Oh yeah.
at like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Dude, can you want to tell us the story? Is there?
Oh,
Is there?
it wasn't anything
Not a
crazy.
crazy
I think it was just a rough show, and then I think there was some substances involved, and then sometimes you need to go out for a walk.
I hear
So
you.
that's usually my go-to. I'm like, yeah, I need to take a walk. So,
What's the farthest you guys have toured as a band?
so far, San Antonio, Texas is the farthest
Nice.
we've gone.
Did you
We're
drive?
yeah, drove.
That's a
So
long trip.
yeah, it is. It was so worth it though. I love
Did you
Texas.
place places on the? Was it a part of a tour? Like you were playing?
Yeah,
along the way?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you probably I assume you want to go to like California. You want to do like a whole nationwide thing, right? Is
Yeah.
that
That would be
you think
awesome.
that's soon? Do you think that's soon? I think it's soon. Just by hearing the music, it's soon.
I hope so.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
we
That'd be awesome.
yeah, it would be sick. Nothing in the books yet, but if everything, if we keep on trying to get the momentum and, right now we're doing a lot of regional stuff just because it's a little more attainable. It's not as expensive and,
Right.
less risky.
It is a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So right now we're doing regional stuff and we're trying to build that to where
Yeah.
like when we do try and go, farther out, we have a little more to
Yeah,
present,
we
It's
would
funny
want to.
that. Go ahead. Good. What were you
Sorry, I was gonna say we wanted to be able to like have 9 or 10 cities in the region that we all feel like could be like close to the turnout of a home show, so
Sure.
that if we did a national tour, go out to California and play for a lot of people who don't know us, or maybe there's no one there at the shows because nobody out there knows us, and then
Right.
lose a lot of money and then come back in and play a lot of cities where people do know us and recuperate the cost of touring. So we're getting there. We're working towards it.
Now, Carlos says Eric's the most likely to get lost.
Oh yeah, thanks, Mom. If I got a GPS, I'm chilling. But yeah, my sense of direction sometimes cannot be so good. So, but I mean, I feel like most time on tour, you're like on the.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been to that, I mean, okay, so I did that milestone thing, and then I followed the band up to Chesapeake, Virginia. They played at a place there, and then Riff House Pub, and then Baltimore, and then Mechanicsburg, PA. But I'd never been to that area. I've been to the East Coast, but like not since I was a child. So I wasn't driving. I didn't have to worry about directions. My dad was driving. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go underneath the bay and those tunnels, and it's freaky. It's freaky.
Yeah, it is true.
But yeah, we were when I was talking to Sunbreak, when they were on the show, I was asking them, what's the hardest part about playing shows and I think, or we were really highlighting like the merch table. It's important to go to the merch table for any band. When you go to a show, especially a local show, buy something, buy a sticker. If you can't afford much, buy like a pin or something. But the drummer, I can't remember his name, the drummer from Sunbreak, he said basically you're a mobile T-shirt salesman. You're not really a band. You're a band when you're playing, but then when you're done, you do everything you can to sell stuff. It's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I always try to buy something. From each table. Well, that was the offstage segment. A little bit, it was a little bit here and there. I need to work on a little bit, but it's developing.
Yeah,
I guess I
like
could
it.
just,
I feel like
if
it's
all
a-
else fails, I could just ask about wieners.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and play your other song, "Love You to Life." What's the song about? What is this? Is this a love song? I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, is it a love song?
So this song, the title's like a pun on like I love you to death, you know what I mean? So love you to death, it's love you to life, because the meaning of the song was about being in a relationship with somebody who's going through some kind of mental illness, whether that's depression or they have anxiety or they're grieving, something mental and emotional difficult that they're going through. And it's a long healing process for them, and you love them a lot, and it's kind of based on, I don't know the exact wording of the quote, but like if love could heal somebody, then you would be completely healed, kind of thing. And that's the narrator, that's what they feel towards this person, and they just want to help them, be there and get them through it, because as much as this person is dealing with their difficulty, the mental or emotional difficulty, the person who loves them also is kind of going through it with them as well. They're seeing them every day and seeing how it affects them, and are living with them, and just all the nuances that come with that. So
Awesome. Here is "Love You to Life" by American Theory. Badass.
Wake up to a mess, crawl out of your casket. You're living life while dead, chemicals unbalanced. At war with your head, I can tell that you're fighting. Battle scars in your wrist speak louder than your silence. Oh, I wanna know what it's like when you hit the bottom, so I can be there by your side. I wanna love you tonight. Show me how you fight through an endless battle, so we can fight it side by side. I wanna love you tonight. I wanna love you tonight. The ghosts from your past try to take you with them. I think you've been possessed by the deep regret within. I know you're trying your best, and I'm sorry if it's selfish, but I'm here right now, so let me in. Oh, I wanna know what it's like when you hit the bottom, so I can be there by your side. I wanna love you tonight. Show me how you fight through an endless battle, so we can fight it side by side. I wanna love you tonight. 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 Your mind's not a grave. Don't dig inside and bury your pain. Your mind's not a grave. Don't dig inside. Your mind's not a grave. Don't dig inside and bury your pain. Your mind's not a grave. Don't dig inside. I wanna know what it's like when you hit the bottom, so I can be there by your side. I wanna love you tonight. Show me how you fight through an endless battle, so we can fight it side by side. I wanna love you tonight.
Yeah, that's. I think every band needs a song like that. You know, every band needs like a not really a ballad, but just something that's so meaningful like that, where you're not screaming so much. You know, when that's a part of your music. But I think every band needs something like that.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast from because we released that song and then we released Drowning. So I think people that have been following us were kind of they're not sure what to expect ever.
Yeah, like when I first heard it, and you know, 'cause I heard, I think Devil, I heard for Devil, is that one? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Devil, and then I heard Drowning. I was like, this is the shit, you know, I'm like raging and stuff. And then I
Yeah.
hear that, I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, and but that's you know, a lot of bands do that though, and I think that's important because it there's got to be something meaningful, you know, and people like that, especially at a live show. You know, you want to bring people together, and then you come right back firing again, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives you guys a break at the show, you know.
I love playing that song live, honestly. I think it translates well. You would expect it like the energy to kind of be lost, but I think it's kind of a vibey song. So it does
Yeah.
kind of give that break where like, you know, people are maybe less likely to mosh for that song, but you don't gotta be moshing all the time, you know.
What do you think, Harmon, about that song?
Yeah, I didn't hear that one until right now. So, but I like it. I can definitely hear you guys' influences and everything like kind of shine through with that. Obviously in your own take, which is good, you know, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be like everybody else. We're just trying to be like ourselves. We take our influences, and then whenever people hear it, that's like a big melting pot of what we are in our music. So it's cool to have your take on like what you guys like, you know. But I think it was really well done. I mean, I definitely like stuff like that. So for me, to hear your heavy stuff and then to hear this, you know what I mean? I like it both. So like it fits right into my playlist.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Badass.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you guys record at home? Do you got? There's a lot of bands that DIY their recordings, and they're so good too. It's like, man, really good
Yeah,
shit.
we don't
Do you
have
guys do that stuff at home, or do you go to a studio and do everything?
First album we went to a studio, and then we're still trying to financially recover from that, so we're recording everything ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. Stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, like we do our own stuff too, and Harmon's heard what we have, and it's, you know, you almost have to. Well, you can't unless you really know how to do it, and you have really good microphones and stuff. It's almost virtually impossible to track drums
Yeah.
live. You know,
Mm,
and I was
100%.
so against. When Rob brought it up to me, he's like, you know, we're not going to be able to record drums. I was like, let me get my drum set out because I had a drum set at the time. I was like, let me get my drum set out. I was like, we'll make this work. But then I'd sold my drum mics to Harmon, and I wasn't even thinking that. And I was like, well, we really couldn't do it anyway because I've already, you know, I've already sold those to him. And then so I ended up selling my drum set anyway because they were just in the way. But you know, it was just like I was so against doing it the digital drums, you know, like putting that on the recording. But what you know, Rob did all the recording for us for our stuff, and he was like, just listen to this, just trust me. And there was breaks, you know, where it should be and stuff like that, and it was something that somebody could play. It wasn't just because I was thinking it would be so over the top that like if we did get a drummer, how are they going to match that up? But it's not like, you know, that's not how it is. So like I was so against that, but you have to do it like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, especially nowadays, it's just like so tough. I think most bands, even big bands, do that, even if they have the money to record real drums. It just gives you more flexibility. Also, if you want to like change up certain parts, it's like, oh, I don't have to go and retrack drums. I can like just, you know, switch a kick pattern over here. I play drums, so at first I was kind of more against it. I was like, oh no, I want real drums. Like, and
Yeah, yeah.
I still kind of stand by that on a certain extent. What I do now is I record my real drums in a storage unit, which doesn't sound good at all, not treated, nothing. But I have everything close mic'd, go on Reaper, and I trigger every hit. That way I still get similar velocities, and I still get the same feel. And then I'll go and edit that, and that'll be my baseline. So I think that's kind of worked for us, and we're still kind of experimenting because like even with those releases, we're like, oh, we could probably like make the drum sound a little better in this way, and you know, different programs.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, I guess you can, you know, after a while, it does kind of sound too perfect. That's what you know, it's got to sound. Of course, Harmon does all your instruments are right there. I mean, you track all of
Yeah.
your instruments.
Yeah, everything's live mic'd. No triggers or anything like that. And same thing, two mics, SM57s in front of the, you know, two speakers, whichever it's the Marshall or the Line 6 or the orange bass cap, you know, bass cab. But then yeah, I showed you guys obviously off screen, but yeah, the drum kit's fully mic'd. And that's what's nice about like my new place, the acoustics. I just, you know, I learned how to tune them. You know, that's a big thing, learning how to tune them and making sure that your mics will capture the sound you're looking for. Because before, like I had like the gain turned way up, and if you listen to some of my early songs compared to like Forever, and then this one I'm working on right now, Voice of the Voiceless, the drums, I was like, holy shit! Like I didn't even have to put like anything on it, and it sounds really good. So then I just, you know, obviously tweak some things, but it sounds like real drums. I'm like, man, this is pretty damn good just by changing the acoustics of like the place. So, but that was obviously a selling point. I was like, I need my own space because this is like, you know, my thing. So if I'm making music forever, I don't want to be, you know, getting pissed over recordings and mics and adjusting levels. I want to have everything always set up. So whenever I hit the button, it's always going to sound the same. And like you guys said, if I'm learning different programs, I can always tweak it and fine tune, like maybe the snare hit or maybe the kick drum or maybe the overheads. But I don't need to go every time. I can actually, each track gets better and better and better because I'm tweaking some things. So, but I'm against, like, I'm not fully against it. Like, I love obviously all these bands that use triggers. I love the bands that use digital. But you know, and Eric knows if you play drums, you don't want something digital. You created that, so you don't want it to be like, you know, somebody else typing buttons to make it sound like that. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to play that because everybody else is playing or singing, they're screaming. That's them. The drums is somebody like, you know, editing some things. You're like, hey, where's my part in this at? You know, it's like you do create it, you create the fills, you create the track, but playing it, I think that's like a respect thing. You know, like even if you only play half of it, because I've learned I use Ableton, and I used to use all my early recordings on SoundCloud. I do one recording with a line or a mic, one mic, one take, and obviously the tempos were different, and I would speed up and slow down. But that's how I learned how to play, was one shot, one kill. That was everything. And then I got Ableton, I got all these mics, and I was like, shit, like I have a perfect verse and chorus transition. How about I just fucking sub it over there? And then it's like so much easier. I'm thinking like, man, this is what like Machine Head does. This is what like Static X and Killswitch, all these bands I listen to, they don't play the fucking full drum track all the time. They play and they get takes of timings, and then they just sub in the best parts. And I was like, but that's still you playing it,
Mhm.
you know. But you know, it's I guess it depends on, you know, because selling points, like I think about my music, I'm thinking like I could make it tighter if I did that, but I'm like, that's just taking away from like
And you've
I
already
guess
started to do it
my
the way you
create.
do it. So if you do it like that now, everybody's like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna it'll change. It changes the sound. So if I can gradually get stuff tighter, you know, but that's what I'm working on. So
And the guy that mixes your stuff is always the same person, right?
yeah, I have a guy that masters everything out
Or
of
masters. I
Pittsburgh.
mean,
So
masters. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's how we are. We do all the production and mixing in-house, but we have a guy, Dave Harris, who's in Charlotte, and he does our mastering. Just nice to have
nice.
at least one other set of ears to
Yep,
sign off on it.
absolutely.
I've heard of that. I've heard of
Yeah.
that name. Is that a
Dave
well-known name,
Harris,
Dave Harris?
Studio B. He's done some pretty big records.
Yeah.
He did the Hopes Fall A-Types record. He mastered that. I don't remember if he mixed it too, but I know he mastered that one.
There's
He
a band
did,
out
I
of
think-
there's a band out of Raleigh called Heirloom that I'm
Yeah,
might have
Heirloom.
used them. Might have used him at one point.
Oh, potentially.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
could
You,
be.
you know of Heirloom though? You know of Heirloom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Played
Heirloom's
a festival
rips.
with them recently. Actually, our last hometown show.
Actually, Nolan, the singer, recently left the band,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're still it's good stuff. Have you guys okay, you said you'd been to the Milestone. Did you ever do that Welcome to the Family Festival? Did you ever do that one?
Yeah, that's the one we just did with
Okay.
Heirloom. So that was Nolan's last show.
That's right. Yeah, I was gonna try to come down to that, but I think it was like the next week I was going to be with that band on that tour, so I couldn't, come down early and then have to stay in Charlotte for a week. you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. No, it was a sick lineup though. Every band killed it, and it was
That's where actually I met Heirloom. They were on the show, and then I met them at that festival down there. I only went for the Saturday portion, but gosh, Wilt Wither played that night. Those guys are just freaking Wilt Wither. That's what they are. But the opener for the show that I was at, Reflect Refine. I'm sure you've heard of them. They've been around for
Yeah.
like forever.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
I'm
Also
trying to get them
super
to come on the
sick,
show.
yeah.
I'll tell them. I'll tell them that I just had you guys on, so that'll give them a little bit of a push, a little bit of initiative. Come
Yeah.
on. So I always give the guests 5-10 minutes to plug the crap out of yourselves. Where can people find you? Where can they listen? Where can they see you play? I know it's December 7th, but what's beyond that? Whoever wants to take it, just go.
Yeah, everything at American Theory. Google American Theory. You should be able to find everything. You might run into some, conspiracy theory rabbit holes about America, but
Yeah.
other than that, it should be us. The only shows we got lined up so far that are announced would be December 7th at the Rooster, which is 2 Saturdays from now, from when this is being recorded. And what else do we have? January 11th in
Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem, yeah. And there's gonna be some sick bands on that bill too. And we have some others we're starting to book for next year, so some future announcements should be posted. But if you follow us, you'll see if we come near a city,
Nice.
near a
Near
city.
A city near you?
City
City,
near you.
yeah, I'm fucking blanking out.
Harmon, I'm going to give you the floor too. To since we heard a little bit of your stuff too, some people might want to follow you.
Yeah, just at the Hated, it's in Instagram. That's kind of where it's all at right now. And it's the underscore HAT3D. So everybody thinks it's hat 3D sometimes, but I flipped the E.
I
to
think
the
that's what
3.
Jake Cabrera said when I was on his show. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. So it's the Hated. And just the new singles in production right now. Voice of the Voiceless. Drums are done. Guitars are done. Bass
And
should
you're
be
going to come back on the
recorded.
show as a guest, right? I think we talked.
Yeah, I'll
about
come back on and we'll release it on the show.
that. Yeah. Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's really it right now. I mean, I got a bunch of other stuff working, but that's the next project. I got the artwork, got the merch and everything, but it's just I won't release that until I get the single done. So,
Are you going to have the same person do the artwork that did it?
Yeah, I have the yep, my friend, we grew up together, and Seth, at Old Hands, he does all of our artwork, which is crazy. I guess short story. I give him the demo. I don't tell him what it's about. He draws the artwork for our single. And so far this will be our eighth single in like a little over a year. And he's 8 out of 8.
It's
Like,
fun,
it's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I mean, obviously we must manifest the same vibes and energy
yeah.
from here to Pittsburgh, but he does it. And like, I did that No Place Like Home for my aunt as a remembrance, as her passing. And it was about the Wizard of Oz, but I didn't say anything about that. I just used courage and strength and stuff like that as words. And he drew, if you guys check it out, he drew the fucking Wizard of Oz people in his own. And I was like, I literally, like, I got pretty emotional. I was like, how in the fuck did he know that this was about the Wizard of Oz? And I sent a message. I was like, dude, I said, I don't know how you do this. I said, but every time you just, you nail what is in my head, is, and I just sent him the demo, and I just like, yo, dude, do your thing. And he does all of our artwork, and then I turn it into merch and stuff. So, but yeah, we have a really good relationship
Yeah.
but
So
yep,
sick.
same guy. Yep.
Well, I wish Harmon, I wish you could come down to watch American Theory with me. I'll unfortunately
I'd love to. I haven't been to
be
a
by
show
myself
forever.
again. I go to shows all the time by myself, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I stay in hotel rooms by myself. I'm just by myself a lot, but it's fine. It's better that way because I don't have to listen to anybody's shit. I don't have to be late. I could go. I'm right there. But I can't wait to see you guys in 2 Saturdays from now. It's very soon. And Sunbreak, I'll get to meet them for the first time, and meet you guys for the first time, and also Shallow Signals for the first time. And we'll just we'll do a group hug. Then you guys can just melt my face off with your music. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, super
Or
sick.
we can hug afterwards, but you guys are gonna be sweaty. I'm not really into that,
Yeah, we'll do the pre-show hug.
I'm not really into fluids like that, Fluids. I just want to know. Well, okay, so the rooster. Why didn't they call it the cock?
We should have asked them. We
Yeah.
actually did the podcast we did yesterday was at the Rooster.
Okay, all right.
I wish we would have had this interview first so we could ask that.
I'm gonna ask them like the very first. As soon as I walk in the door, why didn't you guys? You could have called it the cock, and you went the rooster. Come on,
Dude, missed
your opportunity.
Live at the cock.
Somebody should open up a venue right next door called the Cock.
Yeah.
The basement venues called the Balls.
Yeah.
Oh, we get so many ideas here.
Yeah, there we go. We get the
Eric's mom, thank you for chatting, Carla. Is she going to be at the show?
hopefully, yeah.
All right, I'll meet you at the show, Carla. We'll dance.
Yeah.
We'll dance to Devil. Are you guys going to play Devil at the show?
Yeah, we'll play Devil. We'll be playing the songs that you just heard, and we got
Do you guys have stickers? I'm sure you have merchandise, but do you have stickers?
Yeah, we got stickers.
I have a crap ton of stickers of bands that have been on the show up on these drum heads. There's more up there, and I will slap your sticker high.
We'll reserve one for you.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the font style in that. Was that drawn, or is that like a font you can get? Like I like to have
Our we work with the artist Jason out of this is California based, and we just found him through other bands that kind of look up to, and we hit him up, and we kind of do a similar thing to where we like send demos. Sometimes we'll send lyrics, sometimes we'll send what the song's about, sometimes we just send the song, and he'll come back with some artwork. But he also did all of our branding, current branding, so he did some custom lettering for us, which is super sick. And
Yeah, it looks good. It looks great. I love it. I love
yeah.
it. Well, I will become an American Theory follower. Well, I already am, but when I come see you and meet you and stuff, and we'll become friends in person.
Yeah.
And Sunbreak also, and also Shallow Signals. And what's the other? Sway.
Sway, yeah, they're out of Charlotte as well.
Okay. Do you know them?
Yeah, super sick band. I saw them once. Actually, our bass player John, he saw them yesterday. They played a show. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but they were playing with a couple other bands from the scene, and he said that he came back and he was like, dude, I'm so excited to see them, when we play with them. So I was like,
I'm gonna have to look them up.
I haven't seen them in a while, so
I have to look up Sway. Maybe try to get Sway on before the show.
yeah, that'd be sick too. Yeah.
Right in here. Your mom says she won't be at that show. They're going to be in Ohio.
Oh man, what?
What's more important in Ohio? Nothing. You know,
Hey, she made it to the podcast though, just so she could roast me the entire time. So I love your mom for that. Thank you.
just like mom should do. Well, I will meet. I'm sure I'll meet her because I will see you again. I'm sure even after that show.
Yeah, and hopefully we can
The
make
stuff
it
is
up
phenomenal.
to your area as well. We played Virginia before. We've never made it to West Virginia, but hopefully we'll be up there soon.
It's the best Virginia. Just keep that in mind. It's the
Oh
best.
yeah,
One.
That's venue.
It's the best one.
yeah. We'll be in touch some venues and some bands in that scene too. Maybe we can.
There's a few
Oh, yeah.
venues that I don't have any pull to be able to get you in there, but I know of the best ones to play.
Okay.
So if you have any questions about anything, just hit me up and I
Yeah,
can
that'd be sick.
steer you
Yeah.
in the right direction. I do kind of I don't like to say much about myself on my show just because it's this show's for you guys, So, but Deviant Cause, I'll send you guys a follow on Instagram. The band that I play in, we're playing February the 1st. That's our next show. That'll be our second show ever. We played back in March around here, but we're playing live at the shop in Dunbar, West Virginia, which is a good venue. That's a good venue for you guys to check out. We'll be playing with Three Legs to Rome from Pittsburgh, and using their drummer because we don't have a drummer. So
Okay.
we were supposed to practice with him yesterday, but he wasn't feeling good. He couldn't make it down. So, but yeah, we played 2 shows in March, and we're gonna play 4 in February, and they're good. I think they're good. We just need to be together. You know how practice is, and just make sure everybody's on point, and we got to do some tracks and things like that. So. It makes me nervous. It makes me really nervous. I was a freaking nervous wreck in January of last year because I was like, "Are we ready for this show or not?" Because I mean, I had a band down from New York, Maintenance. They came down and they've been on my show a bunch of times, and they were wanting to play a show in West Virginia, and so they brought another band from New York City, and it was them and a local band from Fairmont here called Drugstore Skinny, and it was just it was a great night. I don't have any evidence of it because my camera just bonked out and just sucked. Nobody filmed it. Who doesn't film shows, But yeah, the venue down at Live at the Shop is awesome. It's the guys that own the place, own the venue. It's they do like sound and lighting for all the big festivals, mainly in Southern West Virginia. So their setup and their equipment is just spot on. Like there's everything. You don't have to worry about them not having monitors or not having a good sound, or good lighting. I mean, it's there. They house their stuff for the festivals in the same building. So it's called Live at the Shop. It's in Dunbar, and we'll be there on February the 1st. Long time from now, but not so long. We don't have that much time. We need to practice. Okay, need to practice. And I put out an electronic EP. So Acute Mania Live, the name Acute Mania Live came from Acute Mania, and I used to put out. That's actually how I met Harmon. Was on what was it? What's the platform? Shoot.
SoundCloud.
Sound, yeah. So that's how we met through there because I had my electronic music up there, Acute Mania, and then I started on the show, and then we just kind of. I think I was already doing the show or something, and then I asked you to come on and stuff like that, but. I just put out a new EP. It's available everywhere. It's just not on SoundCloud. It's everywhere. So the EP is called Delaying the Inevitable. It's all electronic, but it's really good. I think it's really good. But I have an LP in the works that'll be out in the spring that I'm going to get some vocalists on. I already have one song started here, and maybe when we quit the live stream here in a second, I'll let you guys hear the instrumental part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah.
If you want to.
Special guests, Let's see. Chatters. Your mom says, yes, we'll meet you for sure next time. We go to most of the shows. I'm sure we'll meet you at the next one. You'll meet the other moms at the Roosters.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes. I'm going down to meet moms.
Be careful.
Be careful. Get them away from me. Get them away from me. I'm trying to watch the bands. I'm trying to watch the bands. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Harmon, I wish you could go. We'll have to plan something. Another hangout soon.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. The band playing us out of the show, I just kind of found them on Instagram, just kind of how I find a lot of bands on Instagram. But they're called Kids Break Glass. They're from Melbourne, Australia. And I actually owe them an email when I get done with the show here. I need to send them out an email about being on. But I'd love to feature someone in Australia. That's just another. I've done 24 different countries since I started this, and what's one more, right? We'll listen to their newest single called Exit here in a second. thank you guys very much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait to hang out with you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah, looking forward to it.
You and Sunbreak and Shallow Signals and Sway. Hook me
Yeah.
up with Sway's Instagram if you remember to do that. Send me their profile or something.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I don't think I could find them or something. I can't remember what it was. And Harmon, let's hang out soon. I'll come up. I know it's tough for you to get down here, so I'll come up there and we'll play electronic music in your basement.
Yeah, let me know.
All right, guys. If you have like 5 minutes, just stick around right there, and once I kill the live stream, I'll let you hear some things, and I'll say a proper goodbye. Things like that. So,
Yeah.
and Harmon,
appreciate
same for you if you can stick around. Here's Kids Break Glass with Exit, and I will be back on the show on Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern with Paula Foggia from China, and then on Friday after Thanksgiving on Friday with Flanger from Berlin, Germany, and Tom will be on that show as well. I think that show's at 3 p.m. Eastern, since they're 6 hours ahead. So I will see you guys then. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.